want some advice now, get away from any lava, because I was right next to lava and then it spawned me in it.
Right, that's that.
Why is it saying I'm on, why is it not saying on air yet? What the hell? Yeah, it's gonna kick us out. I'm getting a game alert from it. What is it? No, what? Why are you giving me...
I've been shouting out of my friends.
Right.
Oh, literally, I've been watching two things lately on YouTube. One is Family Guy funny clips. I don't know why, but I've just been addicted to it lately. The other is like scary stories. Like one
You
of the
mean
ones that I've been
creepypastas?
watching. No, they're like real stories, but read by some guy called Mr. Creepy or something.
Yeah, Mr. Creepypasta.
No, it's not a creepypasta.
Fuck's sake, Joe.
No,
You know?
but is it read by Mr. Creepypasta? That's what I mean.
I'll get the name. I know it's not creepypasta, but I'll get the name up.
And something called Mr. Creepypasta. You're like,
I know the name.
No, it's not.
Yes, it probably will be, but I'll be upset if it is, so I'm not going to say it is still.
guess what, Harris?
It is. No, it's Mr. Nightmare. That's it.
Oh yeah, I know him. I know him. He actually narrates creepypastas as well.
Is it Creepypastas?
No, but he actually narrates them.
You did indeed.
I've been watching top. It's like the one that I'm watching today is top 5 sleepover stories or something. And I was like, will this happen at James's? And some of them are so scary. I was like, nah, they're better fucking nuts.
Alright.
Tell me some of them. I'll make sure they come true.
So,
I can tell you one scary thing that could happen.
what?
You know, Harris. You know.
A spider
could get
crawls
teabagged
on
in the
my
middle
back.
of the night.
Oh fuck no! Luke screams, "Die, die, die!" in the middle of the night.
Yeah, boy. You know.
Fucking heck. No, these are all like I'd say the scariest one is like it's two kids and the parents are out for the weekend, so the guy decides to invite his mate round for a sleepover. So actually no, there's fucking two scary ones, but oh fuck yeah, I'll tell you this one first because I'm midway through telling it. So he invites his mate round. They decide to do a couple of prank calls, and they ring up this guy, and they ring up the guy, and they prank call him saying like, "Oh, can I have one of your wheels off your car?" And then the guy that they've rung says, "What's your name?" And the guy replies with Bob, and then the guy says, "No, your name's Anthony," and that was his name. So they're like freaked out, like, "How does he know my name?" So the kid goes, "Oh, maybe it's one of my dad's mates," and he had our call ID. So, but he can't ring his dad because his dad's working away and he doesn't know that his mate's stopping over, so how would he explain it to him? So anyway, they just decide to leave it, and a couple of hours later they hear someone like knocking on the door, and look, so one of the mates goes over and he sees a guy looking through the window, and he's like, oh shit, we should hide. So they go in the living room, they close the door, and they just sit there, and anyway, one of his the mate that's stopping over says, "Oh shit, I just remembered that I didn't shut the back door when I came in earlier." So he goes to lock it, and as he's on his way, he sees the guy open the door and take a step in. So they run upstairs and hide under the bed, and then the guy starts searching around, and he sees them under the bed. So he drags one of them out, and then the other mate stabs him in the back with a screwdriver, which was left on his like top. And then they run out into the forest behind the house, and then the guy chases them basically, and then they get back into the house, and then just as the guy turns around, oh no, there was a bit where he's like, oh, and then he did the worst thing that he's ever done, and he regrets it, and what it was is he turned on the light to see if he could see the guy, and he saw the guy staring right at them, so he's walking towards the house, and his other mate's on the phone to the police anyway. They show up and he goes, but they didn't find him. But anyway, the scarier one, and this is the one that actually proper freaked me out, and it was like top 3 scary camp stories, and it's this group of girls ask the big brother to camp out with them because he's like an experienced camper. So they go camping with the mates, and he decides to set his tent up right next to theirs. So they're in the tent on the phones, and they're Snapchatting, and they get a Snapchat request from some random person. So they add it, and the guy's like, send me a picture. So they all send him like a funny selfie. And while they're all doing this, the guy is like, he's eavesdropping in the conversation, so he hears what happens. Anyway, next thing he hears, it goes quiet, and then they all scream. So he jumps out of his tent, goes into their tent, and he's like, what happened? And they show him the picture, and the picture is of an old man stood right outside their tent. I mean, that is fucking freaky.
That is.
Oh, just imagine being a tent and there being someone stood right outside your tent taking a pic. Oh, fuck. Couldn't do that.
Sounds a bit weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't got any iron
messed up
pickaxes right now,
stuff
so if you guys want to get this redstone and shit, do it.
Oh, you do, I'll get it with my own. Give me.
Oh yeah, do you have any more iron left?
Hang on.
No, it all burnt when I made pickaxes to go mining. Sorry, Luke.
Ow. It's fine.
Wait, what?
I went mining and then it like cut my connection to the game, so it spawned me back inside lava.
No, me and Luke just found, well, I found loads of iron and it was here.
I found. Oh yeah, hang on. I'll give you half.
Thank you.
Only if it's over about 4ish.
Oh, that's alright, that's enough to make pickaxe.
Basically, as soon as we get 2 more diamonds, that's it. We can start with like the next bit.
Fucking hell, I'll tell it all.
The ones that, because you're on about like you were listening to scary stories and stuff, Forrest, the one that I once really liked. This was a creepypasta, but it were brilliant. And it said that this guy was house sitting for his friend. And all, so he's like, he's just sat watching the news until like his favourite show starts. All of a sudden, there's this story on about this killer in his local area. And I'm trying to remember how it goes. I'm trying to remember how it goes like as I'm saying it. So it's they urge everyone like to check the back garden because, what, did I hit you?
Okay, now. No, the way you fucking proper loud talked, and then it proper like.
Oh, it
fucked up
probably
my ear.
probably lagged out. Anyway, yeah, so they all get urged to like check the back garden, and because it's a creepypasta story, like it's in his back garden. Well, he looks out the window and he sees it in his back garden. So he looks down at his phone to call the police. And then he looks back up and he sees he's taken a few steps closer. So every time he's looking away and then he looks back, he's always taking a few steps closer. And like it goes on with this for about a minute. And right at the end of it, it says, but that wasn't him. That was his reflection in the window.
Oh, I hate them fucking things.
I love creepypasta stories like that where you don't get it at first and then it hits you. Kind of like, oh, so why is this guy a reflection?
Remember that day when it was like midwinter and we just sat there literally at Patriots talking about creepypastas?
Oh yeah, I remember. I was watching a YouTube called Creeps from Past last night and around about it redone the first ever creepypastas they did, and I think I told you one of these ones at Patriots that night. But the one about the this guy who were like hiking in the woods. So he sees a log cabin and he's like, oh, I'll go sleep in there just for the night and I'll explain to the guy what happened tomorrow morning. Because like no one were in the house, so I thought he was going to come back late. And he said he were off put by the sight of all these pictures that were like really well detailed of just faces like really angrily scowling at him. So he says he tries to go to sleep even though he can see all these pictures of faces. The next morning he wakes up and realises there weren't any pictures, there's only windows.
Oh.
I heard that when I heard it last night, I was like, oh, I remember this one, I've got to hear it again. And they're like, yeah. I like the really long.
The worst story I've ever been told is either the one about the clown,
Oh,
which I
yeah.
think I might have told you on that
Yeah,
night,
you told me that one.
or the, what is it, Summit Slide, or what is it?
Slenderman.
It's called like Summit Slide. It's like
Slide.
hit slide or something.
Side.
The story basically goes, there's this woman, she broke out of jail, and she's got like only one arm or something, and she babysits for this group. No, sorry. So there's a babysitter, just like in almost any fucking horror story. For some unknown reason, people can't look after their own children, and so the story goes.
I thought this was meant to be scary, not a comedy.
Go on, Harry.
Fuck, I can't think. So the babysitter's watching the news, and there's a report that a babysitter's who's only got one arm escaped from a prison, and they're all like, "Oh, check your neighbourhoods, everyone keep an eye out, and have the fucking police on tap and shit." And anyway, the kids go to bed, and they've got a bunk bed, and while they're in bed, the window's open or something. I don't know how she gets in, but she gets in somehow. And she goes upstairs, and the story is literally on the bottom if she can reach it, but she can't climb to the top bunk. So it's something like while she's climbing up, he hears a hand go like hit, and then a foot, and then she pulls herself up, and it's like a slide. But it's like the way it goes on the creepypasta is like do slide. It's a lot scary when I don't
Slide. Slide.
I can't think of the word. There's a word that gets like, repeated twice before it. Really scary. But I'd say that the clown one is literally about there being a babysitter, just like in any other scary one. Like I already said.
Fuck out of the game with the bad
Luke, just how much direction I need to
children.
Wait,
There's
where
three
are you?
children.
I just
and,
got killed
The
after
babysitter
not
puts them to
something.
bed. And the mum's
Harrison,
like,
shut up a minute.
the mum before she leaves, she's
No.
like, okay, check
Wrong way.
they're all right. So she sat downstairs watching TV.
This
She
way or
goes, you know
right?
what, I'll check them. So she goes upstairs, and one child's missing.
Yep.
And for some
Straight up.
unknown fucking reason, she doesn't ring up the police or ring up the parents. She goes back downstairs and continues watching TV. I'm really confused.
As you usually do.
Yeah. So she goes up again. No, she looks out the window when she realises the kid's missing. There's a clown stood on the other end of the street. So she goes downstairs, she watches TV, and then she goes back up a couple of hours later and checks on him again. And another child's missing. So she looks out the window again, and she sees the clown again on the other side of the street. So anyway, she goes back up again a couple of hours later, and the last kid's there. She looks out, and the clown stood there. So she gets the child and she takes him downstairs, and then the parents come home, and when they come home, they say, she says, sorry, 2 of the childs are missing, but when I looked outside the window, there was a clown. Then the mum says, that's not a window, that's a mirror. Now, there's 2 fucked up things about that story. 1, how the fuck did she not know that was a mirror? And 2,
Yeah, that makes no sense, because if
Yeah.
you're looking to a street, how would the mirror come back to us? Like, if it was a mirror,
yeah,
how would